Welcome. It's Jane Gardner and it's Solopreneur Success Strategies. And today on Mindset Monday, it's all about limiting beliefs when you were in school. So I'm sure you can tell me all about those kind of limiting beliefs, but we've got to get rid of them because they're going to limit you as an entrepreneur. So today is Mindset Monday. It's all about having a success mindset, and we've had a series on that so far. So you can check out my YouTube channel at jgchips.com/YouTube and have a look at Mindset Monday to have a look at some of the previous episodes on the traits of the mindset of the entrepreneur, as well as how to develop a success mindset as an entrepreneur. And so far, we've been going through some of the limiting beliefs you have as an entrepreneur. So let's go and have a look again and look at how the school system has reduced your success as an entrepreneur. And I think we already had a few things about that previously, but we're going to develop a bit more so that you know the kind of things that you need to change in terms of your mindset in order to be a success as an entrepreneur. So, the current education system in most countries, of course, focuses on learning whatever is required in order to pass an exam. It doesn't train children to become adult entrepreneurs, freelance workers, or, of course, small business owners. You have to learn that on your own. However, hopefully in the future, it will start changing the concepts so that you can be an entrepreneur from when you start as a child. As society changes, there's a lag in the education system, which is still following the old model. This involves working for a set period of time doing tasks assigned to you by a boss. For this work, you receive a check for your agreed upon amount. We talked about that previously, but we're going to develop a little bit further. Through obeying your boss, working hard, and producing value to the company may then be allowed a better position or higher pay. Well, this model fundamentally clashes with the entrepreneurial mindset. In this model, workers are rewarded for obedience and their ability to minimize risk. Accepting risk and taking on challenges, however, are key to a success as an entrepreneur. Other mindsets that have been learned from school time include that have been inhibiting your entrepreneurship include your need to obey authority. Schools and workplaces are hierarchical. There are bosses, there are employees, etc., and you have to obey authority. Instruction and evaluation comes from above. Those in positions of authority have all the answers and know best. We learn this chain of command from early on in our childhood, and we also learn that questioning the status quo and challenging authority can land you in a great deal of trouble. So that is one of the limiting mindsets that don't help you be an entrepreneur. That's obeying authority. Another one that limits your entrepreneurial mindset is your need to follow rules. This hierarchical system naturally requires rules and disciplines in order for it to work. So, a great deal of a child's first few years at school involve learning how to sit, line up, talk, behave, eat, and stop talking, etc. So, there is clearly a need to maintain order for managemental purposes, but we carry this reliance on rules into adulthood where it doesn't serve us so well. Another one that inhibits your entrepreneurial mindset is your need to learn and then do. In school, tasks are given to children with instructions, examples, and demonstrations. We read about concepts before applying them. Learning starts with theory and ends with practice and actually doing something. So we learn about something and then we do it. This is the opposite of the entrepreneurial mindset, which sees trying something as the first step with the learning coming afterwards. As an entrepreneur, you need to think on your feet. You need to be willing to take risks. There are no instructions or demonstrations for what you're doing because you're doing it for the first time. You need another limiting mindset to be an entrepreneur is your need to compare yourself with others. School evaluates and grades your performance so that you can compare it with those of others. Last time, or was the time before, we talked about how IQ became a limit to your beliefs on your success as an entrepreneur. This fosters fixed thinking, such as I'm smarter than Amy, but not as smart as Jane. However, comparing yourselves is quite toxic because it's based on artificial results. It produces no positive result and can lead to fixed negative thinking that holds you back. Another limiting mindset is that school teaches us to be workers. It, of course, is a place where you have to behave and you have to learn what you need to learn and then do what you need to do in order to create what you need to create. And it teaches us to be workers and work underneath the boss, as mentioned previously. So it does not teach us the entrepreneurial mindset. In order to nurture the growth mindset, you need to identify these internalized ideas that are limiting you in your mindset from your school time and transform them. To develop your success mindset, go to Train Your Brain at http://dgtips.com/smindset. This will be a book that will help you to retrain your brain and remove your limiting beliefs so that you can have a growth mindset, which is the mindset you need to have as an entrepreneur, because you need to take risks, you need to be willing to have failure, you need to be able to learn from your mistakes, and you need to be able to obviously take your own opinion and not those of others on what your success is. So there you go. There's some of the limiting beliefs that you can have from school. We talked about some of the limiting beliefs you can have as a small business owner, even limiting beliefs as an employee, as well as what you get from growing up from your family and friends. Next time, we'll be learning how to foster the entrepreneurial mindset, which might be a good idea in order to have an entrepreneurial mind which is willing to take risks. And as it mentions here, success is a state of mind. If you want success, start thinking of your success. Start thinking of yourself as a success, and as Joyce Brothers says, and have an entrepreneurial mindset to be successful. That's a lot of S's. So go on and work your week this week and start thinking like an entrepreneur, and you will have success and move yourself forward. This is Jane Gardner of Solopreneur Success Strategies, and see you next week with some strategies to have an entrepreneurial mindset.